Frustration. It sneaks up on us at the most unexpected times, turning everyday situations into real tests of patience. You know that feeling of facing the same problem over and over again, with no solution in sight? Or the silent anger of watching your dreams get delayed by obstacles that seem impossible to overcome? Yeah, frustration is something we're all familiar with. But what most people don't know is that there's a way to rise above it and find lasting peace. Sadhguru has a life-changing method that not only calms your mind, but also reshapes how you handle life's challenges. Curious to find out how? Stick around, because what comes next could change everything. Balance is like the axle of a perfectly tuned scale. It keeps your skills and intelligence flowing smoothly, without being drowned out by unstable emotions. Think of someone trying to drive a supercar on an icy road. Without traction, that amazing car is basically useless. In the same way, your talents only shine when your mind is steady, firm, and free of interference. Ever tried taking a deep breath before facing a major challenge? It's a simple way to pull everything back to center and stop your mind from spiraling down unproductive paths. Sadhguru compares the lack of balance to a wild, rampaging elephant. Picture this: without control, even the strongest animal becomes a danger to itself and everyone around. Now, think about your own life. How many times have you let a minor irritation turn your whole day upside down? Maybe it was something as small as someone cutting you off in traffic. Keeping your mind in control, even in moments like these, is what allows you to use your full intelligence without letting unnecessary frustrations take over. Practice is the key to finding and keeping this balance. It's not about isolating yourself like a monk. It's about building habits that reinforce your calm, even in the middle of everyday challenges. Stressed at work? How about trying short walks in nature? Balance isn't some distant theory. It's something you build with daily actions, like tweaking your routine to make room for rest and clarity. And as you aim for this harmonious state, there's something deeper to discover. The human mind is like a raging river, full of thoughts and emotions that can easily pull us off course and drown us in worries. Sadhguru offers a simple yet powerful solution, creating a healthy distance between you and your thoughts. Imagine having a remote control that turns down the volume on your overwhelming emotions. That's what a practice like Isha Kriya can do. By observing your emotions from a distance, without getting sucked in, you can stay calm in situations that would otherwise feel disastrous. Ever found yourself lashing out in anger at something that seemed trivial hours later? Those knee-jerk reactions come from being too close to your emotions, as if you're glued to them. Creating this distance isn't about suppressing or ignoring your feelings. It's about seeing things clearly. Think about how helpful it is to take a step back during a heated argument. Suddenly, it all feels less personal, and you're able to express yourself better without losing your cool. Practices like Isha Kriya are a lot like an athlete's training. The more you practice, the stronger your mind becomes at staying composed. Try setting aside a few minutes each day to just sit and watch your thoughts without getting wrapped up in them. Over time, you'll realize that you don't have to get involved in every emotion that pops up, and this builds a solid foundation to handle whatever life throws at you. But what if, even with that distance, life still feels complicated? Well, there's an unexpected way to live. Sadhguru shares a way of living that almost sounds like a contradiction, being completely attentive yet carefree, like a 5-year-old child. It's this subtle dance between focus and freedom. Picture being able to take your work seriously, but not so seriously that you end up stressed out. This mindset brings a lightness to life, like when you can laugh at a silly mistake instead of beating yourself up over it. Real focus doesn't have to be stiff. It can be curious and playful. Have you noticed how kids live in the moment? They're not worried about the future or replaying the past. Sadhguru suggests that, as adults, we can tap back into that spontaneity without losing our sense of responsibility. It doesn't mean ignoring your obligations, but tackling them without the heavy mental load of unnecessary pressure. For example, when you're facing work deadlines, try seeing them as exciting challenges instead of draining burdens. Life becomes more vibrant when you strike that balance between seriousness and joy. Practicing this kind of light attention is an art that grows over time. You can start with little habits, like laughing off small failures, or giving yourself moments of pure fun, even on busy days. It's not about neglecting your responsibilities, but living them with a bit of freedom. After all, who said personal growth has to be so heavy? But while you're discovering this sense of ease, there's still a greater power you can tap into that'll transform your experience. Sadhguru talks about emotional self-sufficiency as a real superpower, one that puts you in control of your own happiness. Imagine not needing other people's approval or actions to feel good. It's like being the captain of a ship, steering confidently through storms without losing your way. This doesn't mean being indifferent. It means taking full responsibility for how you respond to situations. Think about someone who's always complaining about their boss or family. Now, imagine the freedom of not being fazed by those challenges, because your peace comes from within. He shares how he never let anyone else have power over his emotions. It might sound tough, but it starts with the practice of realizing that no one can make you feel anything you don't allow. Next time someone frustrates you, try taking a deep breath and remembering that the control is in your hands. It's not about bottling up your feelings, but choosing how to express them. Simple daily habits, like keeping a gratitude journal, can help strengthen this emotional independence. The journey to self-sufficiency is all about being your own support and your greatest source of strength. Sadhguru challenges us to stop waiting for life or people to treat us a certain way so we can feel good. When you take on that level of responsibility, no situation can bring you down. And it really emphasizes how valuable it is to pay attention, not just to what's outside, but to what's going on inside you. Speaking of which, the next step is about sharpening that awareness. Sadhguru emphasizes that living with sharp awareness is like having a powerful flashlight in a world that's often dark and chaotic. He says that observing both your inner self and the world around you brings a surprising level of clarity. Picture walking down an unfamiliar trail at night, but with a bright light showing you every obstacle in your path. That's exactly what happens when you practice being present and aware, noticing the little things others might overlook. Small details, like someone's tone of voice or your own sense of fatigue, become valuable clues that help you avoid frustration. Sadhguru describes this awareness as a shield that protects you from disturbances. When you're tuned into shifts in your energy or the mood of a room, it becomes easier to act wisely. Take conflicts, for example. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose a response that shifts the situation in your favor. A practical technique is training yourself to pause before you reply, giving you a moment to observe your thoughts before diving in. This simple habit can be a game changer, especially in arguments where one careless word could make things worse. Building this kind of awareness isn't something you master overnight. It's a skill that takes conscious practice. Start with activities like mindfulness or setting aside moments in your day to just sit quietly and watch your thoughts without judgment. As you get better at this, frustrations begin to feel less threatening, and you realize that inner peace is closer than you ever imagined. Now, with all this insight, the next step is figuring out how to apply it in a practical and life-changing way. Think about starting your day with a simple routine that reinforces your awareness. Even something as basic as enjoying your breakfast without distractions or paying attention to your surroundings on your way to work can make a huge difference. When you stay present, it's like time slows down and life unfolds with more clarity. This helps you avoid impulsive decisions, giving you a sense of control over your thoughts and actions. Sadhguru suggests extending this practice to your relationships too. If you pay attention to subtle shifts in someone's facial expressions or body language, you'll often pick up on things that words don't fully express. Imagine how much better your communication could be at work or at home. You start responding with more empathy, understanding others better, and creating harmony instead of conflict. A practical tip is to ask open-ended questions like, "How do you feel about that?" instead of jumping to conclusions. It shows respect and genuine interest, turning everyday interactions into meaningful exchanges. Having sharp awareness also transforms your personal journey. Recognizing repetitive patterns, like negative thoughts or habits that drain your energy, is the first step to changing them. You can start asking yourself, is this behavior helping me or holding me back? Small daily adjustments, like noting your energy levels at different times or writing down triggers that cause stress, make you more aware and in control of your life. Now that you've got these practical tips for overcoming frustration and finding peace, why not put them into action? Which one will you try today to take charge of your emotions? Don't let this knowledge just sit there. Use it and see the difference. Drop a comment sharing your experience, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more powerful teachings from Sadhguru. And don't forget to check out our latest videos, packed with more wisdom to enrich your journey.